So I'm writing another novel. I wanted to share that maybe more formally, like when people have fitness goals, just for the accountability standpoint of it, once that's public. As I've talked about a lot, my process in writing the first one was not typical or linear at all. I wouldn't want to duplicate that, and I don't even think I could if I did. I published the first version of it in 2018, and I really didn't write much after that. After I released it, I think I knew it needed improvements, and I had the luxury of nobody really reading it to redo it with the help of some very talented people. The shelter in place days in 2020 gave me the opportunity to do just that. So I reformatted it, I changed a few plot lines, I gave it a different title and a different cover, and I reintroduced it in the fall of 2020. And since then, it's just been a lot of trial and error in the self-publishing world to get the word out and improve the look and the feel. I had never self-published a book before. I didn't really know anybody else who had, and luckily there's plenty of smart people on YouTube I could learn from, but still it was all new to me, so there was a learning curve. And also Amazon kind of upgraded their offerings as well. They didn't do hardcovers until this past spring, so then I had to reformat it again, but it was worth it because it looks awesome and people love the hardcovers, including myself. So I'm really glad that I did that. I would say only now am I truly happy with it, which is why I'm talking about it so much. So if you somehow have not heard about my first novel, it's called Can't Turn Back. It's available on Amazon or at I Am Books here in Boston if you're local. It's about this family from Massachusetts that has to go into the witness protection program. They start their lives over in northern Michigan, but they just have the same problems. And like I said, Amazon, I Am Books Boston, you can get it in both places. In 2021, I started another writing project, and I've been working on it ever since. Originally, I envisioned it as one book, but it just got really long, so it would really need to be a 4-part series. It still doesn't have an ending. It's inspired by everything that we've all been living through during these past several years, which has been crazy, obviously. I'll still work on it, and I'm sure I'll use parts of it in other things, but this summer I came up with a new idea and it completely took hold of me. So I did an outline and I realized I had a clear beginning and middle and a few possible endings. And then, just kind of by chance, I had the same laptop for 9 years, so I finished Can't Turn Back on it, and it gave out, and I had little choice but to get a new laptop. And it's kind of sad to see it go, but I came to see it as a fresh start for this new book. So I've started writing it, and there's some mornings that I don't think I have much to say, but then boom, before I know it, there's 1,200 words on the page. So it's been really amazing so far. This process is going to be very different from writing the first one because now I have the benefit of my experience and knowing what did and didn't work. And even with the writing project that I ended up scrapping, I proved to myself that I could get up between 4:30 and 5:30 in the morning and write 1,000+ words a day every day with consistency. So that did serve me, and it's helping me write this one now. I gave some thought of trying to do it for National Novel Writing Month, which is during the month of November, people try and write an entire novel. Sarah Gruen, she wrote Water for Elephants. That's how she did it. She did it during National Novel Writing Month. So part of me was like, okay, well, if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me. But I just have a lot going on personally and professionally, and it just felt like it would be a little overambitious. So February of 2024 is my target deadline with it. I want to document some of the behind the scenes of putting it together. Hopefully it helps other authors, and again, I think there's an accountability piece to that. I always think that it would have been so cool to have gotten glimpses of how Tolstoy wrote Anna Karenina or War and Peace. And there's a lot I dislike about modern society, but to have the ability to have that with people and things that would otherwise have been completely closed off is not one of them. Perhaps that does take some of the mystery out of it, and I wouldn't describe myself as an oversharer on the internet, or at least I hope nobody would describe me that way. So it won't be absolutely everything, but I hope it will be enough to be insightful and entertaining and helpful to others. So thank you for following along.